My full name is Chen Jianxiang. You can call me Chen.
Okay, hello, Chen. All right, so upon checking, you wanted to practice IELTS topics, IELTS speaking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so when are you going to take your IELTS test?
Maybe in Christmas Day.
Oh, 25. All right, so what is your target score then? Yes?
Sorry.
What is your target score?
Um, I I want to at least 6.5 is better.
6.5. All right, this is for work or for school. Do you want to study abroad or do you want to work abroad?
I want to study abroad.
Okay. All right. So, are you ready?
Yeah, I read.
Okay. So, of course, I have here some questions for you. All right. Do people prefer tea or coffee nowadays?
Yes, today many people enjoy tea and coffee. In our country, many teenagers prefer like coffee because there are a lot of coffee shops sells coffee with a lot of beverages. So it means there are a lot of flavors attract the people, and many elder people like drink tea.
Okay, wonderful. All right, so far so good. Yeah. So as much as possible, maybe you can use some more advanced words or topic related words like, well, there are lots of coffee lovers here in China, to tell you honestly, right? Something like that. And of course, and when you were able to use the PREC strategy, I want to share this to you. So it stands for point, reason, explanation, and conclusion. But it's okay not to use any conclusion. You just need to answer it and prolong your answers like 2 to 3 sentences, not too short and not too long. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, but so far so good. You're quite confident and fluent. Since this is a speaking test, you just need to be relaxed and confident, right? And you're able to do that. Great. So, do you prefer to use tea or coffee to serve your guests?
No, for me, I prefer like black tea because in China, uh, service your guest with tea is a traditional culture. It's a way to show your respect to your guest.
Okay, so 2 to 3 sentences to your guest or guests? Guests.
Guests.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, I want to share this to you. So, of course, if you want to work abroad or study abroad, you need visa and passport, right? So, if you want to get 6.5, of course, there are lots of things that we have to consider, and we are not just going to know them, but we have to follow them. And I'm quite sure that you're familiar with that. Okay, so let me send this to you. I hope you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see.
Wonderful. All right. So here are the rules or the criteria. So you just need to use linking words. Are you familiar with linking words?
Uh,
Are you familiar with linking words?
uh, mm, I, linking words such as and
Hmm.
uh, uh,
Yeah. Okay. Or some connectors like firstly, next, to begin with, or you can say those are transitional words if you are going to change the topic, right?
okay, okay.
Next, okay, have to use some. Yeah, but actually for part one, if you think that that's just an ordinary topic, so you just need to use some common. However, in part three, so that would be better if you can use more advanced, like on top of that, right? Based on what I can see. And aside from that, you have to extend your answers. So that's the PREC. You were able to do that in the first question, right? I have noticed. Speak smoothly and continuously, and of course, use pausing correctly. Great. So lexical resource. So you just need to use more advanced words. For example, happy. What are other synonyms or words that you can think of that also means happy?
Happy. Uh, enjoying.
Hmm. Okay. Happy, enjoy, wonderful. All right, like I'm glad, right?
I'm glad. Yeah.
Yes. All right, like for example, I'm glad to hear your voice. And of course, you have to use some idioms. Are you familiar with idioms?
I know such
Yeah.
as uh, over the moon.
Perfect. Wow. Okay, you know that. Yes. So, of course, you have to use them sometimes. And here's the thing. The most important thing is you can speak naturally, right?
All right.
Yes. Fluency and coherence. And anyway, I know that you're not going to memorize your answers, right? Okay. Yes, and of course, yeah, so, topic related words that would prove that you really know about the topic: coffee lover, coffee holic, cappuccino. What are the flavors of coffee? And a while ago, you have mentioned about the flavor of tea. Good job. Yeah. And are you familiar with fillers? Do you know fillers?
Here's no, I do know.
Okay, so actually, if you need more time to think, because not all the time we're prepared with the questions that they are throwing to us, right? So you can use like, oh, well, that's an interesting question. I haven't really thought about this one, to be honest with you, right?
Okay.
Yes, of course, that's quite normal, right? Because not all the time we know everything. So we can say something like that. You can speak slowly, like, oh, I haven't really thought about this, to be honest with you, but your mind is also thinking in advance what to say, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to change the tenses as well for grammatical range and accuracy, of course. Like, if given a chance, well, if that would happen, I would blah 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 blah, right? Like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I sent you some lines or some possible what do you call this one, linking words, but of course you can create your own, right? Yeah, that will be more natural. Let me show you this one example. How would you improve your home if you had a chance? I suppose, I think, I would add a garden outside or a balcony for outside space. All right, so it won't work. So you can use the second one. Oh my gosh, there's an earthquake again. All right, like, well, let me see. I haven't actually considered improving my home before. I am not exactly sure, to be honest. And yes, something like that. But
Okay.
of course, you can share your thoughts, even if you're not sure. So, yes, we just need to use other ways to say I think as much as possible, right? Yes. I would say, as for me, my opinion, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so change the tenses and pronunciation excellent. I love it, to tell you the truth. All right, so, okay, what else? All right, so far that's all. So let's continue. When was the last time you had a cup of coffee?
Mm, I just have a cup of coffee this morning because I have a appetite that I drink a black coffee and brush my teeth when I get up.
I had a cup of coffee. Had, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a cup of coffee this morning, to be honest, and you can share more information. Why do you drink coffee? Or why did you drink coffee, right? Well, I have to make sure that I can stay more focused on my work, on my study, or when I hit the books, you know that? Yeah, it means when I study, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so just like that, you can attach some idioms. All right. Or it's refreshing. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, it was cappuccino, right? It depends if you want to say you bought it or you made it, right?
Okay.
Okay. All right. So next one, last question for this topic. So far, so good. Mm, do you usually buy your coffee in a coffee shop?
For me, I prefer like to buy coffee in online shop because today the offline shops coffee is expensive because they must pay a house rent and buy coffee in online shop is more convenient.
Mm. House rent? Why house rent?
Uh, I mean, mm,
They have to pay rental fee, right?
rental fee, yeah,
Yes, for the space, right? Okay, it depends what it is. So for the coffee shop, yeah?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So another way of saying expensive, what? Pricey. It costs an arm and a leg, right? Yeah. Okay. Mm-mm. All right. So by using the PREC method, right? The listener will feel satisfied. You have shared the reason why you do that and explanation, right? Yeah, so that's why we have to use the PREC. All right, anyway, wonderful. Just use more advanced words. And I love your speaking voice as well. So, do you have a pen and a paper with you right now for the
You,
second part? Do you have a pen?
yeah, yeah. I have a paper.
Okay, thank you. So, I want to send you a cue card.
Okay.
Yes. Don't worry, you can do this. You're quite confident and yeah. How many times have you taken IELTS test, if you don't mind?
And to be honest, 3 times.
Okay, so don't worry. Yeah, actually, I'm also connected to an IELTS expert coach, then I can use all the tips right here to share to you. Okay,
Okay.
don't worry. So please tell me about a party that you enjoyed. Yeah, so can you see it?
Okay.
All right, so timer starts now to organize your answers.
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's go.
I'm going to talk about a party I enjoyed, and this party was held by a bar in Changsha. It was in July this year. I just started my summer vacation. I went to Changsha, a city located in Hunan province. One of the reasons I had, as for why I choose this city, one of the reasons is I never been there before, and I'm a big fan of spicy food. Most natives in Changsha can eat spicy food very well. So I want to have a try and experience different city cultures. The party was held in a bar. I forgot the name about the bar. It was a bar recommended to me by a friend of mine who went to school in Changsha. When I arrived in Changsha, he told me that there was a party in the evening and invited me to go with him. So I agreed. Uh, it the theme of the party was help college students make friends. So the most of people there was college students from different universities. I enjoyed this party very much because of the alcoholic beverage, but also the people there. I met a new friend. His name is Tom. He's an American student and have a gap year this year, so he decided to travel the world. To my surprise, I found my conversation with him very interesting, and we have same interest in. We both like basketball and football. He talked about his plan to uh, invent something very important to change the
Mm-mm.
world. Even though many people think his behaviors and thinking was a stranger, but I love spending time with him
Okay.
after a kid. Okay.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much so far. So good. I'm quite impressed. Wow. All right. And yeah, you can just add some idioms if you can. All right.
Okay.
Yes, but I love it because you're able to just share your thoughts fluently. All right. So yeah, You can change the way you say some words, paraphrase. So that's the secret to get 7 to 8 scores actually. Like, well, let me share to you a party that made me feel over the moon, right?
over the
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, made you feel happy, right? Or you enjoy. So let me share to you about it in a little more detail. So of course, it should be a bit interesting, right? Okay. Anyway, let me share this to you. I want to share my screen. Hope you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
All right, wonderful. Okay, I want to share the audio. Here. This one. Give me a second. Here. Okay. Uh,
experience,
Experience.
experience, right? Experience. The
Experience.
pronunciation of this word. Okay,
Okay.
so you can use this strategy, but it's okay if you don't want. But this is really helpful for you to change the tenses as well, right? But don't use this one, please, because this is quite common. You can say, "I am excited to tell you about." You can share the mood or your mood, right? I'm
Mm,
excited to tell you about the party that made me feel over the moon. It was blah blah blah. And then you can share. Anyway, let me share to you about it in a little more detail, and you can start sharing everything. Who attended the party? Have mentioned about an American guy, right? What kind of party it was, right? What you did in the party. So I had a chat with or I had conversations with different kinds of people. I learned a lot, right? It was a
yeah.
life changing party. So you can use big words and you can also make the examiner feel that it was really special. Why? All right. So, why is it that this party was unforgettable? You have to prove your point, right? As much as possible, right? So, when you watch movies, when you read books, we're excited to tell, right? Or we are excited to know the last part. So, give this feeling to the examiner, right? Make them
Okay.
feel him or her feel excited. So, of course, why you enjoy this party? So you have to use the linking words. That's part of the criteria. We have to follow the criteria: linking words, idioms, advanced words, right? And your point.
Okay.
Yeah. Or what's the purpose of this party you can share, right? As for me, it was the most unforgettable party I've ever had for the reason that you can share. Why?
Okay. Okay.
Maybe you met the love of your life or it has changed your life. Something like I I didn't need to experience something to learn by just listening to them, right? It has changed my life in a minute. Something like that, right?
I know.
Their stories were eye openers, right? Something like that. I know you know what I mean. Okay. So make an interesting ending and you can use future tense like I hope that I can attend or I would meet them again. Something like that. I'll definitely feel over the moon or top of the world, right? On cloud 9, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So just like that. All right. Questions so far. Do you have any?
No, I don't have.
Okay. Wonderful. All right. So great. I want to ask you the follow up questions, of course. Here you go, part three. Mm. So, why do you think people love going to parties?
I think there are many reasons why people like to party. First, uh, attending party is a relaxing thing. It can help people release their stress from daily lives. And second, reason is attending party can make new friends, and mm, they can have fun in the party. So of overall, party are important socializing uh, program and in our lives.
Attending parties, right? Not only one, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. Yes. So, as much as possible, maybe we can find some other ways to change the way you say some words, right? Like, well, I guess there are lots of reasons why there are party goers, right? So it's
Yeah.
also one way of saying that people who go to parties, who are into parties. Yeah, linking words, first of all. Okay, I want to share this to you. Mm, introduction, say something about the topic. Um, linking words and PREC. So PREC, just like what I have mentioned, it's very useful. Give me a second. I hope you can see it. All right, like first of all, going to parties can help us recharge our batteries, right? Can make us feel relaxed, right? Mm-mm. Okay, charge our batteries. People are busy bees these days. Due to their hectic schedule, people are trying to be the best version of themselves, right? Something like that, right? You
Okay.
can say. In addition, of course, you have to use another linking word. So what else? In addition, what? Mm, they are perhaps extroverts, or they are social butterflies. They love to deal with other people, right?
Okay.
Yes, as we all know, no man is an island. I guess even if there are people who are introverts, there will be time that they want to talk to others, right? Okay, so just like that. Advanced words, linking words, PREC. Okay, but yes, you're able to do that, and as much as possible, we have to avoid repeating words. Okay, find some other ways to say it. But if we really can't avoid it, then of course we have to use like he or she, right? For example, she is her Rika is blah blah blah. She is blah blah blah. Not Rika is blah blah blah. Rika is blah blah blah. Rika. Right? Okay, not that. So anyway, why do some people don't like going to parties?
There are many reasons for people don't like go to parties. On the one hand, some people are more introverted, which means that they are not very good at dealing with social and other people, mm, so they don't like go to parties. On the other hand, I think they prefer like to be alone. They like to read, work all alone, and watch movies and another quiet activities. So they don't like going to parties.
Mm-mm. They are not into going to parties, or it's not their cup of tea, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they don't like it. What else? Here, let me send this to you. Give me a second. Hmm, not their cup of tea. Yeah, it's not their cup of tea to go to parties. So I have noticed you always use they do not go, or they don't like. Yeah, so you can change the way you say it to use more advanced. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, actually you can just say, well, there are lots of reasons. First of all, so on the other hand, you have mentioned it twice, right?
Yeah.
So you can use other ways, like first of all, next. Yeah, it's okay to do the listing, but we need to avoid repetition or repeating words. Why? Because the examiner will think that that's the only linking word you know, right? Or
Yeah.
that's the only word you know. Okay, so that's why we can use some other ways to express it.
Okay.
Yes, don't worry, you will just get used to it. I know, in our daily life, we just want to use words over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course, not important. Do you think those who tend to stay at home are less healthy than those who often attend parties?
No, I don't think so. First, both staying at home and going to party are people's appetite. People who stay at home are more introverted and like to spend time by themselves. But it doesn't mean that they are more healthy. They maybe drink, uh, eat mm, unhealthy food and drinking beers in the home and stay up late uh, and whose people like to go into parties doesn't mean they have unhealthy um, appetite. They just uh, well, I think sometimes they just uh, talk about new papers and make new friends, and so uh, overall, uh, it's just people's appetite,
People's, I'm sorry, appetite,
habits, habits,
habit.
habits, habits. Yeah, habits.
Okay,
It,
thank you. So they are healthier, right? Yeah,
yeah,
you can use that. All right. Yeah, actually, you can say it depends. Well, I guess it depends upon someone's lifestyle, right?
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that they are at home. They are already couch potatoes. What's couch potatoes? Do you know this? They are
I do.
lazy. Yeah. So, okay, I have sent it to you. It doesn't mean that they're at home, they are couch potatoes, right? It's just that for their mental health as well, right? Yeah,
Mm,
they just want to protect it. Maybe um, they don't want to be with people who are quite confident. They prefer to be themselves, right? Something
mm,
like that. Yeah, all right. I agree. Yes, however, it doesn't also mean that people who go to parties would just drink, right? And
yeah,
have fun. Yeah.
yeah.
However, we can't deny the fact, yes. Okay, that uh they are exposed to that. Sometimes it's hard to say no, right? Yes, you can also share some examples so just to extend your answers. Okay?
Okay, okay.
All right. So, let's continue. I know you're faster now. I can feel it. So, do you think music and dancing are a must at a party?
No, I don't think so. I think music and dancing can make the party more exciting and better, but those are not necessary. Um, People can enjoy food, play games, and socialize with other peoples. The necessary part of the party, I think, is give people the opportunity to relax and socialize. So I think mm, mm, the most important thing is we can feel happy at the party.
Use other ways to say I think, right? I
Oh,
believe, as for
I
me,
believe, I suppose, yeah.
yeah, okay. Because if you would say I think, you're not sure about it, right? And most especially if you use them often. And people, not peoples, but you can use peoples if they own something that you want to express. For example, people's party, right?
Yeah.
People's rights, right? You can use that, right?
Okay.
However, if not, there are lots of people, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm quite satisfied with your answer. So just advanced words and avoid repeating words and some expressions. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
happy. You have mentioned happy. So what's important is the happiness that they feel deep within their hearts. You can say something like that if you can't really find some other ways to say happy, right?
Okay.
Happiness, the happiness that they have.
Happiness.
Oh, yeah. You can use other ways to say it. So, what would you do if you were disturbed by a neighbor's party?
Mm, well, it's hard to say. I would personally interact with my neighbor first. I would state my attitude and tell him or her that my life is being disturbed by the party, and I suppose I can hardly tolerate his behavior. Mm, then I would negotiate a solution with him or her that is ac- acceptable for both of us. Yeah.
Wow, thank you. So, as a part of changing the tenses, you can say like, well, tell you honestly, I would definitely knock on their door and say, "Oh, my friend or my dear neighbor, please kindly turn down the volume, please, of your speakers, right? Or music players for the reason that I am currently hitting the books for my IELTS test tomorrow, something like that.
Okay.
And I was, yeah, so you can quote the words that you're going to say, right? Or you have said if it's in the past, it depends upon the tenses or the situation, right?
Okay.
Okay. Yes. However, but of course you can say that. Yes. However, if I can afford, then I would go to the nearest hotel, right? Yes,
Okay.
to study there. Since I respect my neighbors and I understand that it might maybe just happen once in a blue moon. What's that? It happens rarely. Does not happen every day, right? Most
Yeah.
especially birthdays. So it's not wrong, I guess, to give them a chance to have fun and consider it, and we will be the one who gonna adjust,
Oh,
right?
right.
Yes, actually, you're right. There are no wrong answers here in IELTS. You just need to be yourself and impress him or her by using all the criteria. Okay. Last question for this. Wow, quite quick. So it means we can still practice more. So what are the differences between holding a party at home and in a public place?
There are a lot of different, I suppose. First, there is a difference in expense. It is more economic to hold a party inside your home. But if you want to hold it in a public place, you need to rent a venue. Uh, Secondly, I think there is an issue of privacy. Holding a party at home is more private. And lastly, uh, uh, holding a party at home is more convenient, I think. So you don't need to think about transportation and the equipment to use uh, in a party location.
Okay, thank you. So actually, two answers will do as long as you can prolong it and impress him or her, right? Yeah, celebrating special days or occasions at home, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you can say that instead of holding, right? Because in the
holding.
question is holding already. Okay, so yeah, I agree with that. And it might cost an arm and a leg. Yeah, it's expensive sometimes. So it means that you're gonna rent this space, right?
Yeah,
Mm. Okay, so you cannot just hold a party there or hold a party there just because you want it, right? Okay, so at home, yeah, but I guess it's kind of tiring, most especially if you'll be the one who gonna do everything. But in a public place or in restaurants or hotels, right?
yeah.
Then we can save time but not money.
Okay.
I guess that's my opinion. All right. So there are
Yeah.
no wrong answers. So here's the thing. Could you try to spell your name in the chat box if possible so I can write it correctly?
Okay. I
All right. I just want to make sure.
You can see
Oh, sure. Wow. Thank you so much. Chen.
Jen
Chen Chen Xing. Am I right? How
Chen
could I read it?
Chen Jian Xiang
Chen Jian
Jian Xiang. Yeah.
Shang.
Xiang. Yeah. Yes. It
Oh,
means it means healthy and fly.
wow.
Jian
Amazing.
Jian's means is healthy. Xiang's means is fly.
Wow, thank you so much. Wonderful. So Chinese names have special meanings, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, because Chen, this one, I can commonly see this, but of course, this is the first time that I have heard or known its meaning. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
So just like that, maybe I can send you here some examples of linking words. I just send it to you. So do you have any questions so far for me?
Mm, uh, I I think my mm, part one and part two have some grammar mm,
Yes,
um, yeah,
sometimes. Yes.
question. So and I think my part three was not very good.
Mm-mm.
So I want to practice more past three and some freestyle questions like examiner asked me. Uh, they
Mm.
al- they always ask me some question when I finish some finish the formal questions. They will ask me why. I think
Yeah.
added some question like this.
Oh, okay. All right. Can you see my message for you? Hope you can see it. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
All right. So kindly download this file or this file. So I want you to, okay. So if you're gonna book my class again, so you can choose a topic in advance and prepare for it. And you can just tell me the next meeting, or you can tell the manager, right? That, oh, please tell her that these are the topics that I want to practice tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, I want to share this. Yeah, because I cannot send you much files here. There are some books with idioms. So, some tips, of course, here. Part two strategies. So, can you see the files? Or, yeah, you can download them for free.
Yeah, I can say thank you.
So here's the thing, you just need to follow on all the criteria and everything would be perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's continue. Mm, so it means that we are going to go back to part one. Is it okay?
Okay.
All right, let's talk about the bag. So do you usually carry a bag?
Yes, I usually carry my canvas bikes because they have more space to take my books and iPads, and it's suitable for many occasions.
Mm, okay. What kinds of bags do you like to carry?
Uh, it, it depends on different situations. So when I go to school, I always carry my canvas bags, but when I go out, I always carry my handout bags.
All right. Why? You have to share. I have to bring a lot of books with me, right? And what else? So you can use some idioms, all right? And to tell you honestly, I feel annoyed, right? So you can say the feeling. Yeah, so for you to extend your answer. So the feelings that you have when you do this and that, it's kind of annoying for me to tell you honestly, you know in
Okay.
this 21st century world. So it seems like we are uh used in everything that is easy, everything is just a piece of cake, you know and we have to carry all this stuff. Yeah, you can say something like that. Okay, give me a second. Piece of cake. Let me send this to you. So feel free to download these files. Thank you. uh
Okay.
can you see my message for you? All right. Yeah. Do you change your bags often?
Mm. Uh, no, I don't change my bags often. I still use my canvas bags. I bought it 4 years ago. Just I started my college.
Mm-mm. Okay, so 2 to 3 sentences, not too short and not too long. Always remember.
Okay.
So you need to extend your answers.
Uh, mm,
Okay, like way back when I was in the university, I remember that blah blah blah. And that way you can also change the tenses, right?
okay.
However, you can compare now and before, right? But
Yeah.
now, to tell you honestly, I don't need it. Or you can use more advanced words, right? Yes, so it's used less, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. All right, so here, so next question, last question for this topic. When you were young, did you have a school bag?
Yes, of course. My in school bag as a child were backpacks, and my mother bought them for me. And I remember my first school bag is a blue one with my favorite cartoon character Ultraman on it.
Which man in it? It was colorful, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
You have to describe how it looks like, and of course, in that way, you can use more advanced words, right?
Oh,
And they can picture it out too. Oh, right. And maybe he or she's a huge fan of Ultraman, then he or
Yeah.
she can relate, or maybe she or he has it. That's an advantage. So just imagine that you're talking to a friend and be yourself. Okay, wow. So do you want to practice part three now? Part three?
Uh, yeah.
Okay, what kinds of books do children like to read and why?
I think there are a lot of books that children like to read. The first is a cartoon books because this book can help children develop their imagination abilities. The second type of books children like to read is adventure books because children doesn't have opportunities to do some adventure sports or activities. They can by this way to broaden their horizons uh, and um, development their
Mm-mm.
um, uh, develop them. I want to say, but I forgot the word. Uh,
Mm-mm.
uh, okay, I can say it's a way to help them to be a worries,
To be, sorry,
uh, to, to be a worry.
could you write this word? Thank you.
Uh, let me let me
Mm-mm.
let me think.
Aware? You mean aware?
Uh, Warrior. Warrior. Warrior.
Warrior. Wow. Okay, okay. W A R
Double
R. Okay, got it.
R.
Warrior. Okay. Yeah, be careful because there's a warrior and a warrior. Okay.
Okay.
Warrior. Warrior.
Warrior. Warrior. Yeah.
Warrior.
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 Yeah.
Okay. So why? Why? Mm-mm.
Hmm. Uh. Because I think mm, this this type of books can um, uh sorry
No
I
problem. Yeah.
and
Yes. Okay. So because this. Okay, why you have thought of warrior? Why? I'm
uh
just curious. So you mean to say they will be brave to
yeah
face?
yes
Mm-mm.
I want to say brave but I forgot I forgot
Mm-mm.
it. I want to
Okay.
say the adventure books can broaden their horizons and develop them brave, become brave. Yeah,
Okay, it can help them to be brave. Yeah,
yeah,
so you can use other ways to say because, since, that is, blah blah blah, for the reason that, considering the fact, and there's more. All right, so you mean to say, last but not the least, it can help them to be brave, right?
okay.
Yes. All right. So as we all know, uh, boys, most especially boys, they love to read some books about superheroes. Yes, there are lots of comic books, right? Mm-mm. Yes, of course, you can use some other type of books, right? Okay. So yeah, you can also say, well, in China, to tell you honestly, people are all are bookworms. Do you know bookworms?
No, I don't know.
Okay. A bookworm, only one, is a person who yes, who likes to read. Okay, give me a second. But of course, bookworms, people who love reading, right? Yes. Okay, I sent you a message. People are bookworms.
Hmm.
Horizons. Horizons. The pronunciation. Okay?
Horizons.
Yeah. But of course, horizontal. Yes, the pronunciation of these two are different. Horizons and horizontal, right?
Okay.
Be careful. Yeah. Actually, you can also say that you can collect some idioms or some expressions, right? I want to share another. Hit the books, I shared it to you, it means study. But now, walking encyclopedia. Well, children, or you can say kids, right? Other ways to say children or young boys and girls, right?
Okay.
Mm-mm. Yeah. All right. So we just need to remember that we have to change to say some words. But so far, so good. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I know you're gonna improve more the more you practice. So here you go. Next one. So what can kids learn from books?
There are a lot of things that children can learn by books. First, children can have fun um, by reading. For example, when reading fairy tales, there will be crucials about the characters. And secondly, reading can develop children's ability to appreciate beauty. For example, many books nowadays are beautifully printed and some picture books are able to give children a new perspective on beauty. Finally, I think mm, children can develop them logical ability and reading and writing ability by reading a book. So, in general, mm,
Mhm.
book can um, have a lot of beneficial for people, for children. Yeah,
Mm-mm. Okay, so it's beneficial for children, right?
benefit,
You can say there are lots
uh,
of benefits
benefit.
if they, so it depends on the usage, right? So it's beneficial, so it also means it's important, right? Uh,
Okay.
for kids. But of course, if you want to use the benefits, there are lots of benefits if, right?
Yeah.
Uh, if they would read more books, or that would be better than to kill their time
Mm.
doing something useless, right? So kill their
Okay.
time means just let the time pass, maybe just watching some
Okay.
useless videos, you know. All right, but yeah, adults also do that.
Okay.
Okay, next one I want to ask you. Great. Do people prefer to read ebooks or print books in China?
Yes, they do, but it depends on different situations. In China, young people prefer like to read e-books because it's more convenient. You can use these cell phones, uh, and you can cell phones in any time or anywhere they want, uh, and they don't need to take paper books. But for elder people and children, they always choose printed books because for children, they should protect their eyesight. So they should avoid to use too much, spend too much time on electronic productions. And for elders, they they always can use cell phones or computers, so they prefer like traditional ways. Uh, yeah, that's all.
Okay, or electronic products, right? Yeah, so as we all know, the radiation of that, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, wonderful. You have mentioned that. Great. Okay, wonderful. Next one. So, do people love reading now than the past?
And no, I don't think so because in today's society, people are more busy, and especially teenagers, they are uh, they are busy bees,
Wow.
and they spend most of their time in work. When they go home, they feel tired, so they don't like to choose read. They prefer like to choose watching a movie or watching television. So I think people have less time reading than the past.
Yeah, okay. Tired, exhausted, and
So
yeah, yeah. And as we all know, we have lots of choices. We can watch movies and we can save more time, right? Than reading, right?
yeah,
We don't need to imagine and yes, we can kill our time doing a lot of things. All
okay,
right. But of course, you can say, well, it depends. You know, there are students and there are some jobs that they need to read, right? Yeah,
okay,
of course, you can share that. So, but of course, It depends on you how you're gonna make your stories believable. But I know that you're good at this. You can handle conversation as well, and you're quite confident. Questions so far? Do you have any?
No, I don't have.
All right, so please tell me which topic do you want to practice? And yes, I know that you have all the topics. I have sent it to you, and see you. Goodbye.
Okay,
Have a
thank you.
wonderful day. 谢谢再见.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
Chen. Bye.
Bye.